Well, we are live. I see the numbers count down. I see the live little button here. So we are live. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to Success Power Hour Friday with the beautiful Master Coach LaKendra Smalley, which is who I am, right? So thank y'all so much for joining in. I'm going to give everyone just a couple of minutes to chime in while we are getting ready for another powerful segment with one of our beautiful queens, certified life coaches from the Philippines, and you'll get to meet her and learn about her just in a few. So y'all give us 1 minute as we get our countdown together. You know, normally we start out with the countdown, but I was just so excited. Like, I feel like we've been absent. I don't know. It's just feel like we have been absent for a while. So give us a minute. We'll be back in 30 seconds and we will get started. Well, hello, and we are back. Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you so much for jumping in. If you are tuning in right now, make sure you get you something to write with, because we know that Power Hour Fridays, Success Power Hour Fridays are filled with great nuggets and great resources that can actually help you to cultivate the next level of your life, because these coaches are dynamic. Like, I'm so proud of them, like a proud mama, just to see how our coaches are evolving in this world that's unregulated. You know, coaching is unregulated, and yet it's a $2+ billion industry. So if you're tuning in right now and you have never heard this magnificent voice and seeing my little jazzy style, they call me Master Coach LaKendra Smalley here in our world, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs, where we certify, train, and develop coaches, teaching them how to monetize and maximize in their gifts, talents, and in experiences. You know, people ask me all the time, what qualifies me to be a life coach? And I say, your gifts, your talents, your pain, your miracles, and your experiences, all of those things that have brought you back centered with who you are. So share this out. If you are a coach on here right now, invite one or two people or two or three people. If you don't mind, you can just share the whole broadcast on your page, and then all your followers can just kind of see. But if you don't want that, it's okay. Just invite a couple of people, bring them into the room, and come and have this beautiful conversation with us. I'm getting ready to introduce our speaker, and so y'all can all know who she is and how to celebrate her. So, Coach Jade, y'all, she's so beautiful. When you see her hit the screen, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. She's so beautiful. A little bit about her: she is a wife, she's a mom, she's a personal and professional transitional coach, and a resource speaker. Prior to life coaching, she worked in a fast-paced, flourishing career and the #1 multinational legacy beauty company in the Philippines. She has held several executive positions. She started in sales. She went on to training. She went on to being a zone manager and a division manager. Just really directing and servicing over 33 branches and over 1,000 independent leaders. So you kind of can already see she's high functioning, right? You got to already see her background. You can already see that she's amazing, that she's driven, right? And she has a footprint in this world already. So you can already see that. Um, she has helped to start up and establish mompreneurs and women leadership through motivation, performance, and leadership coaching to guide them to gain self clarity, tap in potential, seize opportunity, define their goals, and live life with purpose and prepare for a new road. That just really gave me chills because isn't that the life we all desire? We desire it, but it's just like how am I ever going to attain it? Like what steps do I need to just have a glimpse of that? Well, you're getting ready to meet Coach Jade because Coach Jade, this is what she does. And so this is a person that you should want to know. I always ask our coaches, like, tell me a little bit about what inspired you to become a life coach. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that so you can kind of just get to know her a little bit better. She retired in 2019. She was faced with the biggest life transitional journeys. After 28 years, she thought that she had experienced it all. That's the key. That's the key right there, right? She thought she had experienced it all, but she really hadn't, y'all, right? And despite of all of her, professional skills, her life skills, she still needed somebody to help guide her in this new life as she pivoted, right? And it happens to us. It happened to us. We thrive. We get in these lanes where we perfect them and we thrive and we live that life. But it's so much other life that we miss out on. And so I'm going to bring Coach Jade to the stage because this is what we're getting ready to talk about because I got super excited. Hello, Coach Jade.
Hello, Master Coach Kendra.
Such a pleasure to have you here. You look beautiful. That blue, I mean, you got on cowboy blue, right? So you're representing our Dallas Cowboys here in the state of
Wow.
Texas. Thank you for that.
I like that. I represent something.
Yes, right. So let's dive into this, right? Those of you who are tuning in now, go ahead and send us some love. Let's send us some comments. Let us know, say hello. Let us know that you're here. Coaches who are tuning in, make sure you tag a couple of your coaching besties, your besties, your followers, or just share this out. So by the time Coach Jade gets into her spiel, everybody will be present, right? Also, we are also streaming on YouTube. So hello to our YouTube followers. Unfortunately, we can't see you, but thank you for being here as well. Okay, so right now, the view that we see right now is on Facebook, but we're streaming from different places, even on Facebook. So welcome everyone. Coach Jay, your bio is great, right? It's so high functioning, and I love talking to our high functioning professionals because a lot of people think that, oh, coaching isn't for me because I'm this top executive, and why would I need to become a life coach? Like I'm making money, my education is, sitting on this beautiful gold platter. Like what brought you into life coaching?
Uh, this is a good story, actually, Master Coach Kendra, because that's true. When you are at the top of your career, and I consider myself experiencing that, when I retired in 2019, my company actually assigned me to a life coach. That was actually one of the things that I benefited in my position. And when I was there, when I was working with a life coach, I realized how different it is to work with a life coach than just somebody from corporate who only teaches you things about the job, the business. And this is more personal. So when I had that opportunity, it was only good for 1 month. And when I left the company, I feel like I needed more coaching from from this person, but actually I cannot reach her anymore because she's within the company. So I decided to look for a coach. And then I found the Global Institute. But unfortunately, I had a turn. I said, why should I find a coach? I can coach myself. That's what I was thinking. So instead, I enroll and I had myself certified so that I can help myself. Because that's true. When you are transitioning in a new and uncharted part of your life, everything you know is not enough. And that's what happened to me. So I seek for somebody else in the field of life coaching.
That's good. That's good because you know what, Coach Jade, I was the same way. It's like I can do this myself. I have two master's degrees. I'm sitting at a PhD. I got my stuff together, but I
Yes.
only had myself together professionally, right?
Mm, mm,
So whenever we're like in this zone of I need to
mm.
be the best in this zone.
Yes.
Don't you feel that we neglect so
Yes.
many other zones? Did you find
Yes.
yourself what do you feel that you neglected the most?
I think I neglected myself more
Mm,
because I always serve my company. The vision of my company becomes mine because imagine 28 years. You kind of lost yourself there. Like, let's not pretend. We think that we are somebody, but in 28 years, your company started to define you as well. And you go into that curve, you feel that energy, and it becomes you. So I neglected myself and I realized that coming out on my own, who am I? That's the question there. I am not my company. I'm leaving right now. So that's the reason that really resonate me, that I neglected my own vision. What's next for me after working for 28 years?
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That really just gave me chill bumps because it's almost like I don't have an identity, right? This fits every lane. So not only does it fits a high performing professional lane, but it also fits a mother who has
Yeah.
raised, children, and now she's an empty nester, and it's like, who in the hell am I? Like my kids are gone, ain't nobody calling me mama
Mm.
right now because they're living their life, and I'm just here alone. It also matches a man, a father's life as well, who has worked, a life to support his family. And now, the kids are gone and he has retired,
Yes.
perhaps. And he's like, what do we do now? What do we do
That
now?
is so true. That is so true. Yes, that is true. And
So you
we will not, and we don't realize that until it happens to us. We felt like, oh, I am complete. I will be okay even if you leave your children, or even if I will be out of this. I will be okay. But until it happens to you, then you realize.
Mhm.
Then you realize.
Then
Yes.
you realize it. So you come into life coaching, right? You find the great and magnificent Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. You get certified.
Yes.
Tell me one great thing you discovered about yourself going through the 2-day intensive.
Yes. When I got certified, I realized that uh, no matter how you prepare, and if you are in your pivotal moment, the first thing that is so critical is really understanding what the change is all about. Because when you don't understand what changes you are facing or what you're going through, then you resist everything. Then
Mhm.
comes the limiting belief, the doubt about yourself. So that's the first thing I realized, that I have to understand all the changes that is happening to me so that I can accept and then adapt. So it's a step by step process. And I also realized that I thought I learned everything. Like you said, you have all this PhD, you have all this experience, you were the boss. And then you thought, oh, I'm so good. I think I know I'll be okay. I know everything. But no, there are still things that you need to learn more, especially uh, in yourself. That's what I discovered in life coaching. And I was humbled when I realized that, because I thought I know everything because I was a mentor. But then I realized I have also to submit myself to learn so I can adapt. So these are the things that I learned.
That's so good. And I know that a lot of people are really resonating with you, Coach Jay, because I'm resonating with you. I felt the same way. And I talk about, high functioning people all the time because those are the type of people that I coach, and we look like we have it all together because we're successful. We look apart, we're making the money, but there is an emptiness that goes when you're just focused and you're driven. So, right now we're speaking to the hearts of the people. Those of you you may be in a position that we were once in because, honey, we have graduated, right? We now know that we encompass so much more in life, so many more different emotions, so many more possibilities that we can be just focused on one career. We could really be all that we can be in coaching. So before I cut you loose, because I know because these people are nosy, Coach Jade. Okay, our listeners are nosy. Tell me one thing in your life, like as you were, growing and trying to find yourself before you got into the career, before you got into being this high level professional. What are things that you experience? Like, because I heard you say imposters. What are some of those imposters that you experienced before you said to yourself, I am a woman and I am going to be successful? What was your
Oh my
time?
God.
Yes.
There are so many, but I can summarize it to be thinking that I am a superwoman. uh that's my imposter self, that I can be a mom, I can be a wife, and I can be a high performing career. I can have it all because people always said that. And even in your mind, you know that you are coping, you're struggling with something, you still project it to be that way because you are in a position to inspire other people. But deep inside you, there is an imposter self that, oh my God, I think I can't handle this anymore. I think I need help. But, you still go on. You project that confidence. And there are so many times that in my job, even if I'm falling apart, I realized that I still project. Like we call that in the Philippines the performance level rather than being authentic. So that was my imposter self, that I am a superwoman, flawless, uh, all somebody who all figured it out. Everything I figured it out. But actually there are moments that I don't. I just don't. When my child was little and I don't have somebody to take care and I have to leave him to his grandma, and then at some point I have a conference that I have to be inspiring because I was organizing that conference, but my child was in the hospital, but I was in performance level. And I feel inside that I inspired other people, but deep inside me as a mom, that was my imposter self, because actually I was not good. I don't feel good about it.
That's so good, Coach Jay. Like that inauthentic self that truly a lot of us feel like, we're having to just show up, even when it's painful, show up even in the fear. Sometimes, it could be inauthentic, and sometimes it can just be us pushing through, right? It really is our authentic self. But I really get what you're saying. So those of you who are tuning in, hey coaches, thank you for being here. Go ahead and tag a coaching bestie. Y'all just keep tagging them, bringing everybody in here because we're all family. Share this out because I'm getting ready to cut Coach Jay loose. Remember, if you just close your eyes and envision yourself sitting, you know, at a park, on a bench, sitting down talking to Coach Jade. I'm just the person that's walking by, right? I'm just facilitating this today. So it's not about me, it's about Coach Jade. So, Coach Jade, are you ready to bless the people?
Yes, I'm ready to share my lessons and my moments.
Awesome. So I'll be back to check on you in a while. And so have fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right. So here I am. I'm going to share. Good morning, fellow coaches. Thank you very much for being here. This is an early morning for all of us. And of course, I have to introduce myself first. My name is Jade, and I'm representing the Philippines. Represent. So, to all my fellow coaches there in the Philippines, say hi, hello, and of course, greet us or put your comments later in my presentation. And I'd like to thank Coach Kendra for really inspiring me to be here. Thank you very much. And this is my first time, so indulge me. So, yes, let me introduce myself first. And there are some pictures here. My name is Jade. I am a wife and a mom. And that is my family. That is my son, who I shared a little a while ago. And right now, I consider myself a professional coach and a resource speaker. And back then, before life coaching, I had 28 years of experience in top executive leadership. That's me and my colleagues there. And after in 2019, I retired, and I consider myself still pursuing my life's continuing journey. Okay, just like you. So I am a personal and professional transition coach. And my vision really, Master Coach Kendra has mentioned, I help women transition and transform as they evolve in their life journey, because that is really what I experience. And I want to share it with everybody as well through coaching. And my mission really is, if you are working with me, to tap your potential and, of course, seize that opportunity in you. Focus on your passion and strength, because that is really important. And we can define your future together and your goals, and eventually prepare you for your road. So that is my mission. So in our life journey, I believe, and this is what I realize, that regardless in what phase you are, regardless if you are still in the job, or you are a mother right now, or you are retiring, there are three things that I realize in journeys. There are times when you seek for something else. Even if you are so successful, you seek for something and you don't know what it is. You're understanding what it is that you're looking for. And there is always this question, what fits for me? What is really for me, right? And there is also in our journey, when we are already engaging, we've been doing, we understand what we are doing, and yet you are looking forward what's next for you, what is out there, right? And again, there is this part wherein you are already mastered your ways, you already know what to do, and you started to sit down and ask yourself, what else can I do? Are the things that I know still relevant right now? Can I still do more? What is my purpose? Because I have done everything. In my journey, I experienced all this. And it doesn't have to take you 28 years. Sometimes when you sit down taking care of your child or working on something, working from home, like what we have right now, we all ask these questions, right? So this is exactly the reason why I want to share with you how I transition in my life. Okay. So in my 28 years in executive leadership, in corporate leadership, I started as a career seeker. What I look for is always, what's the best job for me? How can I earn more? That was me. And then finally I met my husband, also in business and also in sales. And I married my husband, of course, and I was still pursuing my career. The career part doesn't end there. It's there. But my life has already changed because I am partnering with someone. And then added to that, I have my child. And it was a difficult pregnancy. And still, I was maintaining my executive career to be in the top. And eventually, when I already had adjusted all of these things in my journey, I myself become a mentor to other people, to my colleagues, and even to my direct reports. And then suddenly I retired. Of course, 28 years. What do you expect? Our career always ends, no? Because we don't own the company, we're just working for them. So when I retired, this is actually what happened to me. I had a big question in my mind. I learned a lot of things in my journey. Then, who am I right now? What will I do after 28 years? I'm so used to fast-paced environment. I'm used to doing all these things all together. So, that's when I found life coaching, and this is what I do right now. And that is the curve that I'm going to discuss with you right now. That curve is what we call between me after retiring and achieving that new road, that pivotal moment that I mentioned a while ago. So this is my sharing will be about. I'm going to share with you the lessons from my pivotal moment until I reach to the direction that I found life coaching, or I find life coaching. Okay. So this is going to be exciting. And I'm going to talk about myself because I'm going to share my story and then the lessons, no, and the things that I can share with you. You can also, I think, resonate within yourself. Okay. So here goes. The first lesson that I learned in my pivotal moment is that it's an exciting new horizon. I was so afraid to retire because I am so used to corporate environment. I am so used of having someone, remember that idea when you have a partner with you. Let's take an example as a child to a parent. We are always dependent to them. And then when you finally get out there, you get excited. There's an exciting new horizon. But to me, I was so afraid because I don't know if I'll survive out there after 28 years. But this is my lesson. You have to seize the moment that you have because this is you. You have to be the star in your new road. And you have to focus on your own story. Nobody's gonna judge you anymore. Nobody's gonna rate you or conduct performance review for you, or you are not doing well, or you are not within the benchmark of what we require. This is you right now, and you have to enjoy the moment that you have because this is a new beginning. So you have to be open also to all opportunities. So when I joined life coaching, this is what I realized. I should be happy. I should be seizing this opportunity for myself because this is now me. And this is all about my new road. And it's a blessing because some people don't have the same opportunity. They haven't reached that road and they are still in their old road. But I was given that opportunity. So I have to seize the moment. Okay. So if you are afraid right now to do something different or to travel your own road, don't be. It is exciting and you have to seize the moment. The next is that I realized that when you are out there, it's so important to network with new people. Not that you have to disregard your old relationship. When you are working just like me for 28 years in the same company, the vision of my company becomes my vision as well. And the people I work with becomes my own network and becomes my family as well. I spend more time with them than my family. So, of course, it is given that they become my best friend, my confidant. But then when I left, I still long to be connected with them. But there is one thing I realize. If I want to be a life coach, then I have to connect with people who is in the same environment or in the same community because this is now my new horizon. It would be sad that you are going to connect with the same people. You have to expand. You really have to expand yourself. And you have to be brave. You have to step outside and, choose a community that will serve your purpose. So this is second lesson that I realized in this exciting new horizon. Are you experiencing it? I hope those people who are here right now will give me a thumbs up and said, "Oh, that's me." Because exactly this is the lesson that I learned in the first moment, in my pivotal moment, as I said. The next is that there are humbling and teachable moments, really. There are so many, I cannot remember all of them, but there are a lot. But what is important, I partly mentioned this, is that You have to understand the change to adapt to change. The first time when I left my job and I was, seeking for a coach, is that inside my job, being a leader at that, we have all the trainings how to become a leader. We are conditioned to be dynamic because in business, in corporate, it's fast paced. Everything is changing so fast, right? And the leaders have to be prepared all the time. So we are trained to do that. But when I step out of the company and encounter my biggest change, my biggest transition, I forget all those things that I learned from the workshop. It's totally different. So, as I mentioned a while ago, I have to pause and understand what is the change about. And that moment when I pause and then I try to condition or centered myself, that's when I understand the change and I stop resisting the change. So that's when I started flowing and, you know, adapting to new things around me. Okay. The second one is that this is funny. Don't be too hard on yourself. Because if you are a leader, some people who are in corporate here, you understand that you have high standard. You always have high standard. You don't have to change it. But sometimes we forget to be fun, you know, because at one moment we have success that's only 5 seconds to our boss and then move on to the next. So we forget to seize the moment and really appreciate ourselves for achieving something. And sometimes when you don't achieve what is being expected of you, a lot of people will judge you. A lot of people will tell you, oh, you should have done this, uh, you should have known better, right? But when you are on your own and you have this oops moment, don't be afraid. You just have to laugh at yourself. This is part of the journey. So don't be so hard on yourself. This is part of the learning. Okay? Are you connecting? I hope that you are connecting in this conversation. The next is this one is really true. You have to find a new mentor. I have worked with a lot of mentor, talented, really, really good mentors for 28 years, of course. I also become my own mentor or mentor to other people. But in your new road, you have to find a new mentor that will serve your purpose. All right. So it's important. You can still connect with your previous mentor. You don't have to forget them, but pick up the good ones. Pick up the things that you learned from them that you can adapt to this new road that you have. But you have to have a new mentor that is aligned to your purpose. And remember, when we have this mentor, I realized that in the past, as I mentioned, in my company, their vision becomes my vision as well. I have my own core values as I grow up. I have mine. But sometimes working with a company, working with their vision, which I also own, I have to compromise some of my core values because I have to, because I'm part of the organization. But right now, in my new road, I want to have somebody who can align with me. So we don't have to sacrifice our core values anymore. So you can choose a mentor that first of all share the core values that you have. But when you talk to this person, you realize that, oh, this is what I'm looking for. I don't have to compromise anything, right? So the core values is so important. The second is that I realize in my previous company, there are a lot of mentors, right? So some of them are seasoned, some of them are technically knowledgeable. Now, in my new road, I have to combine both. I have to have a mentor. I'm looking for a mentor who is seasoned, not necessarily old. In fact, I like my mentor younger than me because I feel young as well. Seasoned meaning seasoned in what you are pursuing. Like in life coaching, even if I am in corporate for 28 years, and that's a lot of leadership skills, I feel like I am still new in life coaching. So I have to find a seasoned coach to become my mentor, someone who is knowledgeable in the niche that I am pursuing. So go ahead, find a new mentor for you because that is something that will help you start up in your new road, right? And the last is that about this new mentor, the person has to be inspiring. There are a lot of mentors that inspired me when I was working, there are also a lot of mentors who really drive me nuts. And sometimes until now, I cannot believe that I work with that person, but I don't want to talk about it. But I learned a lot. So this time when I was looking for a mentor, I was looking for somebody who can also inspire me, who can motivate me no matter how down I am, will help me ground myself. And that person has also to be authentic with his purpose. And that is what that really helped me in looking for that mentor. So these are the things, no? When you are into your new road, it's important to look outside, to be outside in the box, or that bias, or that standard that you have before. Go out of it. Go out of it and find a new mentor. And this one is something. Some people said, oh, of course, believe in yourself. Who else will believe you if you won't believe yourself, right? Sounds so cliche, but there is something there. I'll tell you honestly, there is something there, and this is so important. I always say this word to my managers. Oh, believe in yourself. You can do it. But sometimes it does not mean anything anymore. Now, when in my pivotal moment, I realized this is really the core of it all. Why? Because each journey is different. You see, when I retired, there are a lot of us who retired together. So, of course, as friends, as batchmate, we always talk to each other. We always talk about the past, how we work together. That was the core of our conversation, right? And then eventually we started to move on. And some of my batchmates had already had a job of their own, and some of them chilling, doing something else. And then suddenly I realized, what am I doing? What's my journey like? Why is she doing that already? Why is she not doing anything? What about me? Am I wasting my time? It's normal to start asking yourself that, because you've seen other people. You've seen, like, I know that it's bad to compare, but sometimes we are all human. We sometimes ask ourselves. We are not envious. We are happy for these people, but we sometimes go back to ourselves and, reflect, right? So that's what happened to me. But I realized that some of the times when I was in my coaching journey is that there are a long pause. That pause is intended for me to learn and listen more. Because in the past, I was always the one talking. I was always the one who was telling something. In life coaching, I realized that the pause is so important, and that is part of the learning moment. So if you feel like I'm not doing so much in my journey right now, I'm not as good as these other people, remember, your journey is different. There is a message out there that would resonate to you, that why is it happening to you right now? Because you are geared towards a different road, and that journey of your friend is different from your journey. So always believe in yourself, right? The next is that, oh, I like this. In my journey, there will always be doubters. And I realize there are two types of doubters: people who don't really pay attention to you. The first one is the person who is half informed of what you are doing. Like in the Philippines, life coaching, some people are not so familiar about life coaching. And when you said that you are doing life coaching, you have to explain what you are doing. And a lot of people don't believe in life coaches. They just talk to their friends or their family. They talk to confident for advices, but not coaching. So you see, there are people who still doubt you, but you don't have to explain yourself. And it's natural that some people who are not informed will usually doubt what you are doing. And it's a good thing, because that is an opportunity for me. The second one is this: the other doubter is the person who always build that bias about you. That no matter how you change, no matter how you go back to school, no matter how what you have done, that person will still see you as the old person you were, the old person that he doesn't like or she doesn't like. What else can you do? There will always be people like that. So remember, in our road, we should believe in yourself, because on ourselves, because there will always be doubters who are half informed, or people who just have bias, and we cannot do anything about that. Okay? And of course, remember this, there is always something that you can offer. So I said this, I was so proud when I left the company. I think I know it all. But when I was in a certain job in consulting, I realized the things that I share, they already know it. Now, how good should I be as a consultant if that's the case? So I went back to school, I study because I was so nervous that, oh my God, I don't know everything. I thought I was the expert. They took me as a consultant, but the things I know, they know even better. And the technology, I don't know it, right? So, but when I was there, I realized that our life experiences, these pivotal moments that I have, is embedded in us. And no matter what technological advances some people have, or the environment or the space you are right now, there is always something that you can offer. Do not put yourself down. There is always something about you that people will be listening, that people can resonate. Again, you just have to believe in yourself. That is my lesson. That is why I summarized to all of you my pivotal moment, and these are the steps. The first step is to reflect, to create, and to take action. So I see that in the reflection, that is self knowledge. So you have to have self clarity, mindset to your new road, self contract, and of course, goal setting, must haves, and of course, the milestone and the check in. These are the pivotal moments, the steps that I have. So in my new signature program, that is the same step that I am going through, that I will just browse in here. That is the first step in my coaching program, asking where I am right now. And of course, the step two is the self contract, which is the goal setting, asking how and who can help you. And the third step is the action or the self commitment, which is about your new road. So, my journey in a nutshell, as I discussed earlier, is an exciting new road. There are humbling and teachable moments. You have to find your new mentor and you have to believe in yourself. And before I wrap up this, I have to leave you this word. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. That is the most important thing. So, this is the last slide that I have. I would like to ask all of you who are here in this conversation, live or on replay, what is one thing you will do today that will help you start your journey? Ask yourself that. So, with that, I'd like to thank Coach Kendra for having me here. Thank you very much for inviting me. And let's go back to the discussion. Thank you, Coach Kendra.
That was so freaking good. And she came on talking like, oh, I'm nervous. I'm like, girl, you got this. Okay. If you enjoyed yourself, please. Okay, this is Q&A time. So send in your aha moments, because there are so many, because I have a sheet full of aha moments. Send in any direct questions you may have. Right now, what I have up is the journey that you can go on with Coach Jade in her Journey by Design, her signature program. Listen, y'all, don't be lazy. Take your pen out, write down the URL to get to the program. Okay, that's why I'm gonna leave it up there so you can just write it down. You know, we've gotten out of the habit, Coach Jade, of writing. We think that everything's supposed to just be click. I just want to click on it. No, you got to keep your senses going. So get a pen, get a sheet of paper, write it down, screenshot it, because that's going to help you to join Coach Jade's signature program, Journey by Design. The title just sounds so sexy. Coach Jade, I love that. Journey by Design. Okay. So I'm gonna come over here to the comments to see what y'all are talking about. And as I'm looking for that, Coach Jade, you said I love the reflect, create, and take action, because it's the take action part that we always leave out.
Yeah,
We
true.
do. You know, it's just like more school, more
Mm,
this, more that. It's just a little
true.
back, it's an echo there. But we don't take action. It's
Mm,
like, how do I apply the knowledge? How do I
mm,
apply the skills? How do I tell my story, activate my experiences, even in my stories, to just share, to help people, to inspire people, just as you have done with us on today. You've given us so many beautiful nuggets, and then you told us how to take action afterwards. Y'all, that's the formula to life, right? Show up no matter what, because in the show up, you can take action, right? Then you
Yeah.
go back and you start over, reflect, create, start over, take action, keep taking action. Okay, that was like, I love that. Hold on. Okay, so we have enjoyed and resonated. Thank you,
Enjoyed
thank
it.
you. Oh my gosh, we have a long question here from Coach Stacy. I'm gonna put it up, and then I'll put it down because it's hiding both of our faces, but it's okay. Coach Jade, what allows you to challenge yourself to quit your job and full time and go into coaching? Oh, go into coaching full time. This is more of a finance question. Did you ever step into fear or failure that you were scared of not making enough as a coach to provide for yourself and family? And how did you make the transformation? Did you quit your job and then take on full time coaching? Very good question.
Yes, that is a good question. After 28 years, you know, when you're in corporate, there are offers every so often. Like in 10 years, you can retire with this package. I know you understand that, Coach Kendra. And then in 20 years, you can retire this package. When I got into my 25 years, this is a funny story. And my son attended that tribute, me being in my company for 25 years. And he said to me, like, so candidly, I'm not even 25, but you're already in 25 years in your job. It's just 18 back then. And that's when I realized, oh my God, I might have spent so much in this company. What
Mhm.
about me? And then still, you know, in corporate, you can just easily quit. You wanted to quit, but it's in your mind, and then you still go on. You love the energy, you love the challenge, you love even the pressure, right? So I still go on for the next 3 years. And then there was this opportunity for me to have a package to retire because there are a lot of things that the company is going on. Then I have to grab it. But I was so hesitant. I was hesitant. That is right, Coach Stacy. I was afraid that even if I have a retirement package, what will I do with it? Because I don't have a plan. I have a plan how to do business because that's part of my job. But personally, what will I do? What will I do now? What will I do with all my clothes, my bags, my shoes in a fun way? That's the problem. And then I just have to do it because I think if I won't do it, I will never will. So I decided, my son had grown up and my family said, you do what you do because I think you have served so much people with your job, in your job. So I did it, right? So that's when I realized just have to plan what you want to do and invest in the right things. Then the first thing I realized that I love life coaching, I invested in it. I went back to school. I studied not just life coaching. I also finishing my master's degree in business right now, and also my degree in applied psychology. You put your investment into the right places, and nobody can really tell. There is always fear and doubt, but nobody can really tell. But this is what I would like to say. This is what I've shared a while ago. There is always something for you. There is always, and I believe in life coaching because this is still the job or the thing that the Filipinos haven't understand yet. And that is an opportunity I see. Everybody goes into food business. Why not life coaching? Especially for Filipinos who really need it because they only have their husband or their partner or their friend as their own life coach. So
Mhm.
I think I hope I answered it right. Coach
Well,
Tracy.
let's see what she says. She says, I love that you overstepped your fear, and I get this question all the time. So I wanted to hear your journey. If you don't do it now, you never
No,
will.
you never will, never will. Especially if you are in corporate, they will always offer you something. Oh, you can be this, or oh, people need you. They will always do that because
Yeah.
they need you. Actually,
Yeah, that's awesome. There's another question here about core values. You talked about mentor. Okay, let me see if I'm reading it right. when speaking about core values, how would you know that you've connected with the right mentor that's in alignment with your core values?
Mm, mm, mm. That's true. It's difficult to know, right? Now, let me just say that a mentor doesn't have to be the person beside you. It can also be somebody you follow in social media. It could be the books that you read that could also mentor you indirectly. So it's easy if the person is not beside you. You can just look at the things that he's doing, what he represents. That would be, if that his representation is also yours, then you know that's the right mentor. But what about the person you meet? Of course, there is still a point when you have to engage with this person and look at uh, what is his purpose, what is his journey about. Then you would know what is the core value of that person and if it aligns. There's a certain energy that you would know if you talk to a person or to somebody.
It's definitely a feeling, right?
Yeah.
It's a like a I don't know. You just kind of go alert. Sometimes, have you ever, Coach Jay, like literally seen the hair on your arms raise? Have you ever
Yes,
had that
yes,
experience?
yes,
It happens
yes.
to dogs all the time. It's just like we see the back of our dogs. I'm like, what is going on? But I felt that before. It's just like this. It may seem so frightening. So you may have a
Mm,
different alert. There's an alert that happens in the body. And even though it
mm,
seems really weird or something like that, it'll still feel good. It'll still really
yes,
feel good. Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Um, Coach Maria says, take action, go on, take that first step, and just take that first step. Yes, you have to really take it. I had a talk earlier, and I was telling the ladies, if you think about the fish bowl, right? The two fish bowls, and we see that the fish is taking a leap from the small bowl to the big bowl. And I said to them, with you or without you, we expand, we continue to grow. Even if
Mm,
you're not recognizing it, every day you are perfecting yourself to be a better human being, even out of
mm,
consciousness. So, what happens is you're in this little bitty bowl and you've outgrown it. So,
mm,
most of us stay stagnant in that little bowl and we absorb all of the water. The fish
mm,
absorbs all the water and it dies in that bowl. So
mm,
as Coach Maria is saying, you have to take the leap. Whether
mm,
you are in fear or you believe that the leap is good or not, what are
mm.
you losing? Because you're gonna die in that freaking bowl that you've outgrown, right?
Yeah, true.
And that's pretty
I
much
thi-
what you talked about in a nutshell.
yes, I was about to say that. That was me. But let me also say this, that my company has also been kind to me. I learn a lot, but we really have to grow, or that bowl, as you said, you will outgrow and die there. Uh,
Yes.
yes,
Yes,
metaphor.
definitely. Coach
Yeah,
Jay, tell us about your groups. Tell us how to find you. Tell us about this group, Life's Window by
by
Jay.
Jay.
Who needs to join that group? What type of person?
Well, this is really what I did first when pandemic happens, because I really want to share. And it's all about, this is for those people who seek for motivation, inspiration, and maintain performance. This is what I present. I present things about business. I present things about how you can be good in your career. And sometimes I also present things that is just merely motivational, no matter where you are. So everybody can join in this group. Everybody's welcome as long as you are that person who seek for motivation and some thoughts on performance and leadership. So that's a private group. You have to answer the questions to be admitted. The other one is Life Crossroads. That is the public group, because some of my friends don't want to be in a public group. So I created two groups actually.
Awesome, awesome. So you have two ways to get
Mm,
really intimate with Coach Jay's. As you see, um, she has a strong voice. So she's definitely a person that can mentor and guide you. Coach Jade, also tell them about how they can follow you on Instagram. Kind of like what is your Instagram page like?
Yeah, that's my Instagram page. I am new to Instagram. So it's Jade PLC. I also post there more pictures that will inspire you and some quotations on it. The picture there is more of my daily life and, of course, some posts about what I'm doing as a coach. So I'm basically new and I'm inviting you if you are more into Instagram. So you can follow me there, Jade PLC in Instagram.
Awesome, awesome. Coach Jay, let everybody know because they are feeling you, okay? They aren't here feeling you. I can feel it in my spirit. They just like, you know what? That Coach Jay, she pretty cool, right? Tell tell everybody, tell them one fun fact about you. What is one fun fact?
Oh, this is something. I'll tell you. When I was younger, I was really on a performance level because I used to join a beauty contest here in the Philippines. And I joined the regionals. I won there. I got scholarship for that. So see, performance level, right? And I think I'm always a go-getter because I cannot be easily stopped. And another thing that is also in me is that when I was working, I also studied, I don't know how to swim, but then I started learning how to swim and I started engaging with people who can compete me in my skills so I can prove myself that I am better in what I'm doing. So really a go-getter. So my son is also a swimmer right now. He doesn't know that I was used to be swimming, but he is more into competitive sport. He's really swimming and joining regionals for his school. So that's the fun fact about me. I don't know if it's fun enough. And I studied architecture. I finished
Oh,
architecture, but
wow.
yeah. So I finished architecture, but I'm in business. So the company was so welcoming about my skills. Maybe because I joined a beauty contest and they saw me, they discovered me there.
And
So and then
and was your beauty contest favorite answer of, you know,
oh
what do you inspire to do in this world, right? Was it, you know, create world peace? What was your answer?
well, the common question in beauty contests in the Philippines is that how would you inspire people if you win the title? That is the most cliche answer. And and it was fun. Like when I was younger, I always follow other people or beauty contestants or candidates who always begin their sentence with I believe. That is because that's how I know how to answer. If that works, then it works for me. And then I realized, oh my God, that was so cliche, and now it sounds funny.
That is so funny. That is so funny. So as y'all can see, Coach Jade has a beautiful sense of humor. You're very personable. I can really see you helping so many women to connect, Coach Jade. Once again, tell us about this journey they can take with you, Journey by Design, your signature program. And when does it start? Give us a little bit more information about that.
Thank you, Coach Kendra, for this opportunity. First of all, before I talk about my program, this is really a product of my mentoring program under Global Master Coach Mike Celis. I enroll in his program, and the end part of it is we can confidently create our signature program. This is what I'm doing. I'm taking the next step, and I designed this journey. At first, you said the name is so sexy. Thank you for saying that because I was looking for a sexy title because it has to be catchy, right? So when I decide is that I think it comes from my background also design because nobody can design your journey but you. That is exactly what the title is all about. So the process there, it's three steps process, wherein the first you should have to have self knowledge and clarity, reflection. That's the first step. The second step is really to create your self map. You have to know what you want to do. Okay, what are the
Mhm.
barriers? And then the third is to take action. And this is a weekly session. There will be 4 sessions. So I will be guiding you. There would be calls, there would be actual one on one coaching, and you can also have uh, what you call this, a connection through messaging. So that would be very personal. This is not a group coaching. This is a one-on-one coaching, which I believe each journey is personal. So it has to be one-on-one.
Oh, that is so awesome. So if you are interested in that, reach out. We've already given you all the ways that you can reach out to Coach Jade. It's such a beautiful opportunity to work with, a person that has confidence and also a person that feels real and, and has a heart. And so this is definitely Coach Jade. I'm glad to finally meet you this way, Coach Jade. I remember your class that you graduated from there in the Philippines for your certification for life coaching. So this is who we are as a community. Send Coach Jade some love. Send her some best wishes as she launches her signature program, and hopefully you can be a part of that. Thank you so much, Coach Jay. We are now getting ready to go into a couple of announcements. Coach Jay, do you want to leave with any words first? Do you want to depart with any great words for our listeners?
Thank you, Coach Kendra. Of course, I would like to thank you for this opportunity and finally meeting and talking to you. You are such a nice person. I thought I thought I would be scared, but you really lead me to enjoy this moment. Thank you very much. And of course, I still would like to ask all of you to reflect what would be that particular thing that would help you start your new journey. That is what I leave you, knowing that you can do it. What would be that thing? Think
Mhm.
about it. That's my question. Thank you, Coach Kendra. Thank you, everybody, for being
Thank
here.
you, Coach Jade. I'm going to leave you here with me right now. So, announcements. This is it, y'all. So, tomorrow I'll be strapped down to this chair for the next 2 days for our last life coach certification weekend, which is November 20th and 21st. It's too late to register right now, so I'm sorry. But I'm putting it out there because we do have one class left for the Philippines, and it is December 4th and the 5th. So we are offering a holiday special where you get $200 off if you put in the code JICE Love. That will give you $200 off. Just reach out to us or just visit us on our website at, there it is right there at the bottom, globalcoachentrepreneur.org. Take some time, write it down. I'm telling y'all, we gotta tap back into our old learning ways, because if not, we're just gonna be oblivious as this world continues to grow. Like, I still love reading long posts. If you are a long post writer, just tag me in it because I will go and read it. I prefer the long posts than the short posts, right? So I am still that person. Also, here in the state of Texas, we are the only bona fide mental health life coaching organization that also employs our life coaches here. And we are credentialed with health insurance to take mental health, to see mental health clients. So if you have Texas Medicaid and you are in need of mental health life coaching, reach out to us at jiceloves.org and let us know how we can better serve you here. So it's just such a beautiful. This is a beautiful time. We're in November. We only have a couple of more weeks before we wrap up for the year. So continue to join us on Friday for Success Power Hour Friday. We have a new guest on next week, right? So we have a new guest on next week, and we have a guest every Friday all the way up until January 1st. So if you enjoyed Coach Jay, then you will also enjoy our next coach. It's always a privilege and an honor to grace grace an audience that is present with you. So like Coach Jay said, reflect. Reflect on what's so important in your life and how imagine and envision. And if you don't have the answers, you can dream. And if you can see it, then you can move forward. Because all you got to do is just see it and then speak kindly to yourself to know that you can move forward. Or you can just go and hire Coach Jade and she'll help you get your life all the way together. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Peace, love, and blessings. Have a beautiful weekend. Those of you coaches who will be participating with us this weekend in life coach certification, I will see you bright early in the morning tomorrow at 10 a.m. Remember, you can attend if you are a coach that has already been certified. You can always just come back and participate in another class and just offer your services. So, Coach Jay, anything else you want to say?
Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you, Coach Kendra. Thank you very much for
Thank
this
you so much,
opportunity.
everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.